Hi everyone, happy Friday. I have a trade for you that I want to talk about. TMC, the metals company. It's Tango Michael Charlie is the ticker, and it's currently at $1. This trade is a great opportunity for either a swing trade or a long-term hold. And I am looking at this more of a long-term hold. However, I've taken a position as a swing trade based on earnings, which are coming up as well. So I'm going to discuss it. You guys can decide how you want to play it. If you want to play it, it's your money. I don't make a decision for you. I don't tell you to buy. I don't tell you to hold. I don't tell you to sell because I'm not a financial advisor. However, I will tell you what I know and what I like about this company, what I like about the chart, and everything else. The failure to delivers, yada, yada, yada in this video. So let's get into it. If you haven't already, please like. Okay, guys, the metals company is an explorer of lower impact battery metals from seafloor polymetallic nodules on a dual mission. One, to supply metals for the clean energy transition with the least possible negative environmental and social impact. And two, to accelerate the transition to a circular metal economy. The company, through its subsidiaries, holds exploration and commercial rights to 3 polymetallic nodule contract areas in the Clarion-Clipperton zone of the Pacific Ocean, regulated by the International Seabed Authority and sponsored by the government of Nauru, Kiribati, and the Kingdom of Tonga. More information about the metals company is available at www.metals.co. Now, guys, this article that I got this little briefing from actually is talking about an agreement that they have with Australia, because they're going to be doing a deep sea environmental program that they're working with some other companies for. I highly suggest you do a little bit of research because it's very interesting, and I think there's a lot of potential here because batteries need, like all these EV companies that are trying to make batteries, that last long, they need metal, right? They need ions too. They need lithium, they need metals, they need a whole bunch of stuff, copper, zinc, all that stuff. And companies like this that are trading at $1 now have the potential to blow up, just like lithium plays and other things. And once people realize their abilities, it's going to really explode if they take off. That's my opinion. I want you to do your own DD and see if you feel the same. But guys, this company at one time was trading for $15 and it's currently $1. So I don't think I'm the only one that thinks that. However, you have to remember, especially with earnings coming up and stuff, this is still a developmental company. And up front, they have a lot of expenses because they have to be sure that they're keeping the environment safe and the ocean safe while they're doing this exploration because of the sea life, because of a whole bunch of reasons. Especially you're in Australia, they have beautiful coral reefs that I'm sure they don't want destroyed by people, potentially digging it up or however they get these things from the seafloor. I don't really understand the science behind it. That was not my strong suit unless you want to talk to me about nursing sciences like anatomy and physiology and microbiology. But things like the ocean and stuff, I didn't study that, so I don't really know. I mean, I can tell you things that I read. Whether I processed them right or not is a whole other story, but we won't get into that in this. Do a little DD, and I think you'll agree that this company has the potential to be a long-term banger. This is why I'm bringing it to your attention, because they announced their second quarter corporate update conference call for this Monday, August 15th at 4:30 p.m. And I think that once people hear this, they could potentially want to get in on this play, right? Because there's some interesting stuff going on. They have some interesting contracts that they're working on that I think people, investment firms and stuff that are listening to this call, and myself included, could be great potential investors, and if they're not already. Now, guys, here is the 2-year chart, and I want you to notice something. This traded around $10 when it initially came out. It went up to about 12, came back down, traded around 10. Then it had a high of $15.39. Now, I don't know for sure, based on this $10-ish area and based on its timing, there were a lot of SPACs during this time. It's possible this came out as a SPAC, which could explain, this high run up and then the dump. Because if you notice with a lot of SPACs, they all kind of do the same thing. And I don't really know what's going on with it as far as why it's fallen so much, but I do know that a lot of SPACs have like these lockup periods. And once those lockup periods open up and they dump off all these shares into like what were otherwise small floats, they tend to drop significantly. Whether that's the case with this, I don't know, but I do know that it seems to have hit its floor. It came down to 79 cents and is now curling back to the upside. Now, should anything positive be said in that earnings call where it has been beat down so badly, this has the potential to really start running. You have to look at it from a lot of points of view. Now, is this at risk of delisting? No, guys, it hasn't been trading under $1 for very long. It had, a little short time where it dipped down to 79 cents. I don't think it's going to stay there. I think this is a solid company. Now, of course, if they traded for more than a certain time frame, they probably got a notice from NASDAQ. However, I did not see that, although I didn't specifically look for it. So I haven't seen anything regarding that, but I don't think it's going to stay here. I think after earnings, we see it going back above $1. So I don't even have that fear on my radar, but want to mention it because I always want to bring you the positive and the warnings. Now, should they get a letter of, I think it's called a notice of delisting from NASDAQ, and don't be fooled, it doesn't mean they're being delisted. It takes a lot for that to happen. It just happened with EVFM, but that was their second notice. They had already reverse split, yada, yada, yada. This has not been done with this company, so I'm not concerned about it. Even if they do get a letter, I'm not worried because they have 6 months to correct it and just trade above $1 for 10 days, right? And then after that, should they not follow through, they can file an appeal for another 180 days. So within that time frame, there's lots of positives happening with this company. I'm sure they're going to trade for 10 days above $1, and I think it's going to happen very, very soon. Now, let's see. I do want to look at Fintel so that you see what's going on here. Currently, it's showing that if the shorts were to come out, the short interest is only 4.06% of the float. So guys, shorts have been starting to close their positions on this. I think probably when it dipped down to that 79 cents because it was higher previously. But it's still 1.42 days to cover because people haven't been trading the stock because it's beat down. And until people see it turn around, a lot of people don't want to touch it. Me, I'm strange. I like heavily beat up stocks. Clearly you can see that based on what I choose to invest in. But it's because I've also rode them up. And guys, it's been a bear market. We're just starting to see green. If you haven't noticed the last, couple weeks, we've seen a lot of stocks go on nice runs. And some of these ones that haven't had earnings yet haven't done that. Things that have been beaten up so bad that no one's looked at them for months and months and months, they're not going to be the first ones to go for a run, let me tell you. But once they start, it can really run up quickly, which is why I titled this 5 to 15x. And I'm not saying 5 to 15x in a day, guys, but could be a couple months. Heck, could 5x in a month easily if it starts going. I don't know it's going to happen. I'm not going to say that. I should say it could 2x easily in a month. Let's not say 5x because that's setting way too high of expectations. Heck, it could 2x in a day if earnings are that great. We don't know. I don't know. It could also flop, but it could go down another 10-20% before it rides back up. It's kind of in that position where you don't know, but it's worth keeping on your radar, right? Because I think there's a much larger side to the upside. And if you like companies like this that you see as long-term investments, now's the time when you strike. So I'm striking. You know what? If it goes down before it comes back up, that's okay. I have time. It's cheap. I'm taking a starter position. I already took a starter position a couple months ago that I've been watching it from in one of my accounts. Somewhere around $2 and something cents. And I think it may have gone up slightly for a few days. Then, with the rest of the market, tanked back down. And it's been tanking. Guys, I don't care. It was 100 share starter position. I bought more on the way down. And I bought several hundred more shares this week as, another starter for a trade because I see potential. And like I said, I'm okay with it going down a little bit more. That's part of investing. It's hard to judge the bottom. Nobody really knows the bottom. But if you don't strike when it's this low and you look back a month or two from now and the thing's 5x or whatever it does, and you say, oh man, I could have bought that at $1. Wow, look at all this media attention they're getting. Look at everything coming out. Why didn't I buy it? Well, guys, that's what I don't want to happen. And since I see potential in this company, I am bringing it to you. Now, back to this. The short exchange off the volume today was 45.36% for a total of 573,621 shares. So as you can see, it's still not getting a ton of love. It did get a little bit of attention after hours, I will say. It went up slightly, then dipped back to that dollar range. But guys, they only have 20,000 shares available to short going into earnings, which I think is a very positive thing for us. And the short interest is starting to increase in the stock because I think they're starting to say, oh, shoot, this is time for a turnaround. The chart's looking good. So they're upping the short interest. It's now at 26.97%. And I know a lot of the stocks that I talk about have these like insane hundreds of percentage short interest cost to borrow fees. But that's not normal, guys. Like normal cost to borrow fees are like 1%, 5%, maybe 10% on a high side. Think about a credit card that's like crazy, like at 20% or 27%, right? I mean, this would be like that really bad credit card. It's starting to make people not want to borrow money on it, right? So at 26.97%, that's high. Now, failure to delivers. They've not really been shorting this much, which is another reason why it's a positive for an investment, because when companies stop shorting it, it's either because, like in this condition, it's reached a bottom. The risk versus reward ratio, it's just not in it for them. Why would you short something when it's already down, 15 times less than probably what they started shorting it for at $15? Well, why on earth would they want to start a short position now? They wouldn't. So if you're seeing failure to delivers at this price, there's a problem. And you're not. You're seeing on Monday, 494 shares are due, guys. So at 99 cents. Why they didn't cover them, I have no idea. Maybe there really just weren't shares available. Maybe it was just an oversold situation. Because as you can see for this week, the highest amount of failures to deliver are on Wednesday, 15,776 shares. That's it. That's nothing, guys. So, anyways, I think this is a good play for a potential earnings run. You could wait till after you hear the earnings to grab it. You can see what it does for a price action if you're interested in getting in. It's up to you. It's your money. But I just want to bring it to your attention. So if you like what you see, please put a rocket in the comments below, because that's what I think this stock is going to do. May not do it, today, tomorrow. Well, it's obviously not because it's the weekend and they're closed. It may not do it Monday. May wait till Tuesday. May wait till the end of the week. May wait another couple weeks. I don't know. I'm not. I can't tell you exactly what something's going to do because it all depends on a lot of things, guys. And I just think that if people start paying attention to this stock, we'll see it really run. Anyways, hope you like it. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.